Okay, so I'm talking to you guys today about From Stone to Screen, which you just heard is an open access, collaborative, completely graduate student run digitization project. I will start by saying it is none of our dissertation topics, it is none of our theses. This is all for the love of the digital humanities. So this started back in 2012 in the Department of Classical Near Eastern and Religious Studies, when we found we had two collections, an artifact collection, which I'm not going to talk about today, and a squeeze collection. These are images of us pulling down the drawers that contain all of these squeezes. They contain squeezes, they also contain personal documents, epigraphic charts, and letters. I'll explain what all these things mean in a second. This collection belonged to Malcolm McGregor. There he is there. He was in the Department of Classical Near Eastern Religious Studies as a bachelor's student and a master's student way back in his youth. And he returned to the department to teach, and he was actually the head of the department when it was still just classics. So he came back to us. Upon his retirement, he donated his entire squeeze collection. Here's a picture of a squeeze. We have over 1,000 from his collection. We say over 1,000, we have 1,006. So, but saying over 1,000 makes it seem really impressive. These squeezes are basically just copies of ancient inscriptions. They all come from Athens and the surrounding area. So the area called Attica in the ancient world, and today too. They all date to about 500 to 200 BCE. Not the pieces of paper themselves, but the stones from which we got these inscriptions date. They're that old. The kinds of things that they tell us, as you can see maybe from this image here, there's words on them. So these documents are political documents, religious dedications, civic documents, and funerary gravestones, stelae, things like that. Basically, documents from all walks of life is what we have in this collection. Okay, so what's a squeeze? I could have started with this, but it's a lot more fun to leave you guys hanging. So a squeeze is basically, you're going to take regular old filter paper, you're going to wet it, you're going to put it on the stone, you're going to take a squeeze brush, horsehair brush, specifically made for this purpose. You're going to hammer in the paper to the inscription, let it dry in that beautiful Athenian sun, pull it off when it is dried, and you are left with a perfect mirror copy. Obviously this is super useful because you can't take the stones with you back home to Canada or the States or anywhere else in Europe to research. So this is a great, great resource to have, and seems like archaic technology, but we definitely still use it today. Problem is, you get a mirror copy of the inscription. So you end up with something like this, which can be very hard to read. Also, these stones are over 2,000 years old. Oftentimes they've been weathered themselves. So we get fragments, especially with letters missing and no idea what the text originally said. Enter our project. We founded From Stone to Screen in 2012 as a way to digitize these squeezes and make them easier to read and distribute them, distribute them throughout the world of digital archaeology and digital classics. Through generous funding from TLEF, we collaborated with Digital Initiatives starting in 2014, which is located in the basement of Ike Barber Library. We've been working with them since the summer, and hopefully by this December, we will be done digitizing all of our 1,000 plus squeezes. The way that we digitize, we use raking lights, an aerial mounted camera, and a TTI reprographic vacuum scanner bed to pull the squeeze down, so as you can see, even large squeezes can be placed there, and a combination of the lights being angled cast shadows with the letters that are raised up, and we take 4 images per frame, moving in an X pattern, as well as an overexposed and underexposed and a regularly exposed image. We merge them together with regular old Photoshop, and we get these results. So hopefully there's a picture, just a regular old picture from a camera, thank you. And I think you can see the difference between this compared to this. Here's our beta website. If you go on it, the search function is terrible, but we'll be updating it in the spring. Most of our squeezes are up there. You can look at them, you can zoom in, you can really see the clarity with which we're presenting our material. There is the website. I have some brochures too if you're interested. So why are we doing this? Well, outreach within the community. We want to bring the ancient world to the public. Collaboration. We want to talk to other universities who have collections of squeezes, tell them our methods, and we want them to have us digitize for them. We want to stay relevant. We study cultures that are thousands and thousands of years old. We want to bring classics into 21st century. We want to make, again, all these squeezes accessible to anybody who wants to study them, not just people that have squeezes at their universities, and opportunities for our graduate students to have a little bit of a foray into the world of digital humanities. So I'm just going to end by showing you some of our progress so far. We've submitted an article to Digital Humanities Quarterly. We're partnering with Cuneiform Digital Library Initiative. We're partnering with Attic Inscriptions Online through linking. We've given lectures at Langara College. The founder of EpiDoc, Tom Elliott, is one of our best promoters. He's wonderful and tweets about us all the time. We've been invited to do a blog on Bible History Daily. Where are we now? We've received a grant for the Society of the Promotion of Hellenic Studies. We competed in a Magic Lab, is really the name of the lab, here at UBC in a challenge that was open to all graduate students. We've linked with Lupa's online database of inscriptions. Grand I3 Cube Challenge was the one that was partnered with Magic. And we gave a lecture to the Archaeological Institute of America Vancouver Society chapter in September, and we will be giving another, we'll be presenting a poster, at their annual meeting in January. Here's some images very quickly of some of our students. Look how happy they are. Just having a great time with epigraphy. And there's how we are maintaining our relevance in the digital world. Twitter, our website, Facebook, email. Thank you.